Good morning, students. So we have already seen about the introduction of this chapter, human settlement, chapter 4 of part B book. Here we already looked about the basic differences between the rural and urban settlement. And in today's class I have to start with types of rural settlement. So rural settlements are determined by extent of the built up area and inter house distances. So what it means? It means that the settlement is built up of what kind of area. That is, settlement is built up in a hilly region or plainer region or somewhere else. Accordingly, we can determine the types of settlement. So types of settlement are determined by the extent of built up area and inter house distances. That house are closely compact or are scattered. So depend upon that. In case of India, with special reference to India, contact or in India, compact or clustered village of a few hundred houses is rather universal features. So in case of India, main type of rural settlement are comparatively compact one. Houses are built closer to each other and build up area is also supports clustered village system or compact village system. So India mainly compact or clustered village which inhabitate hundreds of houses is a universal features. So mainly you will find this type of settlement, especially in the rural area. And this type of settlement, this type of features is universally, particularly in the northern plains. So where the population density is more, in that area settlement are in a clustered form. Clustered form means it's like बीच में एक एटम हो गया और उसके चारों तरफ हेक्सागोनल शेप बनाते हुए, जैसे आप कैरम बोर्ड आप खेलते होगे, so just like कैरम board type structure. So this is clustered, very closely packed, a very little gap in between different atoms, very little gaps are there. So this type of settlement is there mainly in a area where the population density is on a higher side. So northern plains have population density, higher population density, and that's why particularly in those area like in UP, Bihar, West Bengal, in these states the rural settlement is mainly compact and clustered type. There are several areas which have other forms of rural settlement too. So India have different varied features, like desert is also there, mountainous region is also there. So accordingly in different area, different type of rural settlement are very common. So there are several different forms of rural settlement is there in different areas. So many factors are there, various factors and conditions are there which are responsible for having different type of rural settlement in India, and different factors and condition includes physical features. The most important features is physical features. So it's like physical features is the most important. So you can see it here, physical features. So physical features like nature of terrain. So nature of terrain determine the type of settlement, whether the settlement is compact one or dispersed one, isolated one. So there is an important role of nature of terrain. That terrain is a hilly terrain or plateau type of terrain or a planar terrain or a desert area. So depend upon that thing. then change in height, that is altitude, climate of a place. So India have different type of climate found in different region, accordingly type of settlement also varies, and availability of water. So mainly compacted type of settlement is there near to water bodies, and if you look into the area which is away from the water bodies, you will find a kind of dispersed or isolated type of settlement. So main factors or the main condition responsible for the type of settlement in the rural area of India is physical features. Besides physical features, other condition and other factors are cultural and ethnic factor, like social structure, caste and religion. So people belonging to same caste or same religion always wanted to settle near about each other. So different areas are segregated for, or several different areas are segregated on the basis of caste and religion and social structure, and accordingly people used to settle down. The far and the third most factors and condition for the settlement in India, especially in the rural area, is security factors, like defense against theft or robbery. So because of this type of theft or robbery, people used to settle near to each other. Instead of a dispersed one, people likes to settle near to each other for the security reasons, so that in case of any problems related with a kind of theft or a robbery, people will help each other. People will able to help each other. Rural area or rural settlement in India can broadly be classified into 4 types based on the above factors and condition. And these 4 types are, you can see it one by one. First one is cluster, agglomerated or nucleated. So it's like nuclear shaped. I already drawn it. That is also called cluster type. Closely packed with each other. Agglomerated, more population density residing in a smaller area. So first type is clustered, agglomerated or nucleated type of rural settlement. Second one is semi-clustered or fragmented type of rural settlement. Third one is hamleted, means it's not that much dispersed and not that much compact. Hamleted means people wanted to stay near to each other but not that much closely compact. And lastly, fourth one is dispersed or isolated type of settlement. So all these type of settlement are results from the different factors and condition, and we will see into the detail what are the factors and conditions responsible for each of them. Like what are the factors and conditions responsible for clustered type of rural settlement, what are the factors and conditions for the semi-cluster type, what are the factors and conditions for the hamleted type of settlement, and what are the factors and conditions for the dispersed or isolated type of settlement. We will look into these all 4 types one by one into the details. So firstly, starting with clustered settlement or agglomerated settlement or nucleated settlement. So the clusters rural settlement is a kind of, as I already told, compact or closely built up area of houses. Houses are built very close to each other in a compact type of formation. In this type of settlement or in this type of villages, the general living area is distinct and separated from the surrounding farms, barns and pastures. So you can see it here. This figure is regarding the cluster settlement in the northeastern states. You can easily find it out that all the houses or all the built-ups are closely packed, are very compacted, and they are like this living area or this built-up area is distinct and separated from other area. Like बीच में पूरा का पूरा बिल्डअप एरिया जहाँ पे बिल्डिंग्स बना रखे हैं, एंड बिसाइड्स दिस साइड फार्म्स लैंड, दिस साइड सम अदर barns और some this side pasture land are left free. So it's like center में सारा nucleated compact type of settlement and rest area are left free for farmland, for barns and for pasture land. So this type of cluster settlement is closely built up area and its intervening street. So it's like closely built up area, then agricultural area, barns, or this side kind of pasture land. So there is a center is the closely built up area where people used to live, and there is connectivity with some type of transportation link or network towards these area. So these connecting links are called intervening streets. These are called intervening streets. So this build up area and its intervening streets presents some considerable pattern of geometric shapes. Like sometimes it forms a squarish shape, sometimes rectangular shape, sometimes as we study in the previous chapter star like shape, sometimes crossroad shaped. So all these things we already seen in the last, like houses are built in this fashion along the crossroads. Then T type of settlement, it's like roads are built up like this way, and here settlement is there, here, this way. So this is T shape settlement. So based on the intervening street along with the built up area, some recognizable pattern or geometric shapes like that of rectangular, radial, linear, etc. has been formed, or settlement can be segregated on the basis of these. Such settlements are generally found in this type of compact nucleated agglomerated settlement are generally found in fertile alluvial plains or fertile land of India and some part of northeastern states. Sometimes people live in a compact village for security or defense regions. As I already told, people used to love to reside close to each other for security reason. Security of their pet or domestic animals, security of themselves from the robbery or theft, security from the other people. Best example is one of the region in the central part of India, that is in Madhya Pradesh, Bundelkhand region. So this Bundelkhand, MP mein Bundelkhand is a region, and in this Bundelkhand region this is famous for Chambal riverine. So Chambal river है चंबल की खाड़ी, Bihar. So you have seen few movies as well regarding this Bihar, and this area is very famous for dacoits or robbers. So that's why in these belt where there is a problem related with robbery or theft is there, people for the security region, for the defense region, usually live in a compact village instead of scattered type of settlement. In some part of Nagaland as well, Nagaland में क्या है, Nagaland has problems related with tribes. So local people, local tribal people or local natives of Nagaland usually formed a Naga front or different type of fronts, and which will fight against our own government of India or government of that particular states. So government machinery के against में they usually fight, and there was huge hypertension or tension between the two parties, and in such a tense environment, to settle properly there is a requirement of compact type of settlement. People does not take risk to settle here and there in such Naxalite belt or such part of India like that of Nagaland. So there usually people used to settle in a compact type of settlement. Some climatic or physical regions or physical constraints also force people to settle it very compactly, like that in case of Rajasthan. So Rajasthan has a problem of scarcity of water, and this scarcity of water has necessitated compact settlement for maximum utilization of available water resources. So people usually used to settle very compactly or close to each other just to utilize whatever water resource is available. So these are the condition over which a type of settlement which settled in on the basis of these factors are mainly clustered or agglomerated or nucleated settlement. Now the next one is semi-clustered settlement. So we will look that where this type of settlement can reside. So semi-cluster, also known as fragmented, it's like not that much compact and not that much dispersed. This is like in between. A kind of more a tendency is of clustered, but not that much compact. So this type of settlement results from tendency of clustering in a restricted area of dispersed settlement. So the definition itself says this type of semi-clustered or fragmented settlement may result from tendency of clustering in a restricted area of dispersed settlement. Means overall it looks like from a larger view it looks like settlement is largely dispersed one, but wherever few peoples are there, they are closely compact or closely attached to each other. So it's like compact in dispersed. Overall it looks like dispersed, but wherever there is some, like आप सुने होंगे विलेज वगैरह में टोलाज आर देयर, so that tola number 1, tola number 2, like this one. So this is like 5 or 6 houses resides closely compactly to each other and they have common ancestors. Same way, this way, this way, this way. So these later on developed as different tolas within the same village. So village is same. In same village, different tola 1, tola 2, tola 3 and so on, they develop. So it's like a result from a tendency of clustering. There is overall tendency of clustering, but from the past it was like a restricted area of dispersed settlement. So more often such a pattern may also result from the segregation or fragmentation of large compact village. So it's like overall this village is large compact village, but again because of some factors there is some segregation इन ओवरऑल कॉम्पैक्ट. ओवरऑल ये पूरा विलेज बड़ा डेंसली पॉपुलेटेड है, बड़ा कॉम्पैक्ट है, बट उसमें भी एक सेग्रीगेशन है कि ये अपर कास्ट वाले हैं, ये लोअर कास्ट वाले हैं, ये मिडिल कास्ट वाले हैं. सो दिस इज लाइक अ segregation or fragmentation of a large compact village. Overall this village is compact, but there is segregation. So one or more section of the village society choose or is forced to live a little away life from the main cluster or village. So it's like one or more than two section of the village society, either themselves they choose or are forced to live a little away from the main cluster of village. Like at the center, these are, let's suppose this is a village of upper caste, and in this village some lower caste people are there to work or to fulfill the demand related with the society or the village overall. So these people are segregated from the rest of the part of the society and they had given a separate clustering. So main cluster is that of upper caste people, and then these few sections are forced to live little away from the main cluster. So they sometimes they choose themselves and sometimes they are forced to do like these things. So generally land owning and dominant communities occupies the central part of the main village. So generally what is the tendency? Central part is occupied by main. You just see it here in this figure. You can easily what is there. One segregation is there, one tola is there, one part is here, some part is this way, some part is here, some part is here. So overall this entire area is compact one, but there is some segregation, and the main at the center is the main cluster. Okay, so such kind of settlement are called semi-cluster settlement. Overall it is closely compact, but there is some segregation, either that is by choice or that is by force. So generally the land owning and the dominant community occupies the central part of the main village, whereas people of lower state of the society, manual workers who do manual work. So manual workers settled on outer flanks of the village. So main dominant society here and outer flanks पे these are the manual workers or the lower state of the society. Such settlements are widespread in Gujarat plains and some part of Rajasthan. So such kind of settlement are mainly found in these area. So highly densely populated area of the India, that is northern plain and some part of the northeast, this cluster settlement is there, and in some part of Gujarat and Rajasthan which is not that much densely populated, there we will find semi-cluster type of settlement. The area where there is segregation in the society itself on the basis of caste, on the basis of religion, there we will find this semi-clustered type of settlement. Then lastly is the last two is the hamleted settlement and dispersed settlement. So sometimes settlement is fragmented into several units physically separated from each other bearing a common name. So sometimes what happens, the overall village has given a common name, like this is XYZ village, but few people stay here, few people here, few people here, few people here. It's like overall this village is very fragmented, but even then this has given a single common name. So these units are locally called as Pana, Para, Pali, Nagla, Dhani, etc. So it's like this is Pana, this is Para, this is Nagla, and this way different names has been given. So in various part of the country these names are very common for such a segregated unit in a physically separated settlement bearing a common name. So these are physically very segregated, very separated from each other, but given a common name, and locally these are called as Panna, Para, Pali, Nagla, Dhani, etc. in various part of the country. This segmentation of a large village is often motivated by social and ethnic factors. So it's like these are some other caste people, these are some other caste wise segregation is there, or sometimes religion wise segregation is there, sometimes on the basis of languages. These people are speaking common language, they are having a common language, they are having a common language, they are having a common language. So it's like they are segregated on the ethnic basis, but given a common name of the village is same. So within the same village, different language speaking tribes used to settle together. So such villages are more frequently found in the middle or lower Ganga plains. So in the middle Ganga plain or lower Ganga plain, you will find such a condition, along with the state of Chhattisgarh and lower valley of the Himalaya. So Himalayan valley, Chhattisgarh state, where tribal people used to stay there. some part of lower Ganga plain, middle Ganga plain, we will find a kind of fragmented settlement bearing common name. So overall it is very much fragmented, but name of the village is common, that's why it is called hamleted settlement. And the last topic for today is this one, the dispersed settlement. So this is the last topic for today, then we will look into the next class. So dispersed or isolated settlement pattern in India appears in the form of isolated huts or hamlets of few huts in remote jungle. It's like there is no similar type of settlement, or there is no connectivity with other people. It's like few people resides in a jungle area who always remains isolated, forming their own huts or hamlets comprises of few huts away from the normal society. So they usually lives in huts or small hamlets comprises of few huts in a remote jungle or on a small hills, like a small isolated hills is there and few people staying there, and there is no other similar kind of hills. So in such kind, जहाँ पे बाकी सोसाइटी से अलग एक segregated type of landforms है, and where these people have a common culture, they loves to stay there, they are closely bound, and that's why they loves to stay in such a environment. So or on a small hills with farms or pasture on the slope. So it's like isolated hills is there. Over this hill a people belonging to same culture and religion stay there, and on the hills or on the slope they usually do farmings or uses these slopes as a pasture land. Extreme depression of settlement is often caused by extremely fragmented nature of terrain and land resources base of habitable area. So different type of terrain. So this is like पूरे area में एक छोटा सा hills है, and over this hill these people are staying and they have separate culture other than these area people or settlement of these area. So it's like extremely fragmented nature of terrain is there, and these people or this settlement resource base is completely different from other area. They are cut off from other area. So many area of Meghalaya in northeastern states, some area of Uttarakhand in northern India, some area of Himachal Pradesh, and some area of Kerala. So Kerala have backwater lake, समुद्र का पानी घुसा हुआ है. So it's like two canals are there. तो ये वाले एरिया का अलग कल्चर है, यहाँ के लोगों का अलग कल्चर है, यहाँ का एरिया का अलग कल्चर है, and these are canals. So backwater lakes are there, canals are there in Kerala, and that's why they are having a separate type of culture, separate type of resource base, and that's why they used to love to stay in such an environment. And in such a condition, in such an environment, the settlement usually is a dispersed type of settlement or isolated type of settlement, which is not closely bound with near about settlement. They are isolated from each other. So that's it. That's all about the type of rural settlement. Tomorrow we will start with urban settlement. So that's it for the day. Okay, bye bye, see you in the next class.